just less than 2 hours, less than 30 minutes, even 20 minutes. I was so shocked. And so I'm going to explain you guys what happened. So I was listening to that lady. You know, I told you I was on social media for a long time. So I went back on TikTok yesterday, and this lady, she sounds so good, so knowledgeable about educated Black community, how we can better ourselves, and I was really enjoying her life. So you can call and speak your mind, and that lady, and from there I understand the problem that we have in her community. You know, um, I don't see myself as a different type of Black. And at first, it's hurtful to see me as a Christian woman calling myself Black, or I know I'm Black. But at the same time, I don't tag people by, oh, you this, you that. As a godly person, we should see ourselves as human being. And after, of course, we have gender, we have a color, and but this is not, especially in your own community, to see that. So I called and I was explaining to her that what I experienced, and I really enjoy to see her talking about humanitarian, how she's making a difference. And I'm not from here. I know I would like to know more. And that late, and I told her here it's very deep. So coming from as a Haitian woman and growing up in France is completely different. Um, we really need to do something for her community, because this lady, she said, wait, 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 wait. This lady got very, very hurt, and she asked me to live her life. She said that I am coming from a place of privilege. You are not from here, and you cannot speak on people. You cannot speak on people on American, and it's just so much. And as after she said, I feel like I wasn't in her life anymore, but I was watching. She said, I feel like I am different from them. I feel like I'm better than them. And it's funny because this is someone that I feel like has so much knowledge that I would like to learn from. But for her, that's how she feels, you know? And I said, what did I tell to that lady? And that's her problem. And she started saying a lot of things. And this is when you understand you don't need a lot when people are not healed to pull out so many evilness inside of them. Excuse me for using this word evilness, but I feel like, oh, you from Haiti, we know is that. If your country was so good, why you are here? Why we have to go there? Why are you from Haiti? You from Africa? We from here, we from there. And that is the issue, right? And we will never, I realize we will never reach to a place to call it together, you know, because we have so much brokenness, we have so much division, we have so much barrier. We cannot speak our mind respectfully. We always have to go we're so sensitive to each other. We can still speak our mind by being respectfully, by being respectful. We can still accept others difference, other people accent, other people point of view, but we want to be the one, oh, you in my country, you have to hear from me, and you have to do this, you have to do that. And why are you talking about you want to help Black people? Because at the end of the day, if I don't open my mouth, you will never think that I'm not from here. So I don't really do the difference between, oh, I'm the Black from here and I should help only the Black from here. And first, it doesn't matter, to be honest with you, if you white and Black and this. We are all children of God. And this is when I have to tell, I said, you know, the Jews, they came from France, they came from there. When they get together, they all together. And this is our issue as Black people. We have division, you know. We not together. We always fighting against each other. If we have to, we're not open to take critics, we're not open to learn from each other. Okay, she's not from here, maybe she's different, maybe she been to something, maybe. But why we have to be always like get ready to attack someone because of the difference, because of the point of view, because of the way they're thinking. And I was like, wow. And after I heard that lady talking, she's like, who the fuck she thinks she is? Excuse my language. Like, why you have to go there? And there was another person in her life who was talking, telling her, oh, this is not fair. She didn't say anything like that. And she was just, she got upset at that person. And we're not even honest to herself, you know. And I realized, I said, that is a really, really, really a big problem, because we've been to things. And it's funny to see people telling me, oh, because you form friends, you have you're a different type of black, or because you Haitian, you don't know what American been through, you know. And I will never experience what you experience, and not because I am Haitian, not because I grew up in France, but because everyone has a story as human being, as individual, and everyone's story is different. You might think, oh, she has privilege because she has an accent and she grew up in Europe and she's Haitian, but I probably have been to worse thing than an American born. So this is something that is, we have to change our mindset to understand that we can learn from each other. Don't think your mind it's just, oh, this is how I think, this is how I think, I know everything, I work in this, I work in that, I know. No. And at first when she got upset, I said, oh, maybe I didn't express myself well. I really make that lady feel somehow because of my accent, or because I didn't express myself well. But after, when I see other people telling her, no, she didn't say anything wrong, you and after she started to be very saying words like cursing, I said, okay, so she's showing the truth of herself. When you upset, like if you don't agree with someone, you can't even control your emotion, and you're calling people abuser, they gaslighting you because they speaking the truth, because they talking what is in their mind by not even saying this, that, you know. And if you want to change your community, when you say your community, you're talking about black people. Black people is not only American. We were all over the place. So you cannot just say you want to help people who was just born in America, and you have your sister from who was born other places or whatever they've been through, and they're dealing with hardship also. And you can't just focus on one country problems. You have to focus on other people's what they've been through too. You know, it was so hard for me to listen to her. And after her live, I said, wow, this really opened my mind to understand that don't just listen to the way someone's speaking and just think, okay. And I don't know, in her community, her women, we do have some difficulty to work in group, to work in community, because I don't think if I was speaking to a man, he will feel that way. Like, oh, she thinks she's better than I. I didn't say anything like that. She thinks she's a different kind. She thinks, um, she makes me feel that way. No, I don't make you feel that way. Um, she's not humble. Um, to me, it's just wow. And that's something that we have to break. We have to learn how to accept, how to accept her difference, how to accept criticism and other people difference, you know. And we always fighting against that, because we've been the most who suffer from that, from unfairly, because of our difference. But we're doing it to her own, you know. We're doing it to her own people, because we need to do something different. We need to really, you talk, it's just wow to me. It was really wow, 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 wow. And this really opened my mind to understand, Marie, when you, not everyone you listen, You can think everything they saying. You just, I was just so surprised after how that lady got upset. I was like, wow, what did I do to that lady? And 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 that's where healing coming from. You know, when you've been to some situation, you heal from it, you will accept even things you don't agree, but just to keep the peace, you can say, okay, I'm sorry, and you move on. You don't take it to another level and get really frustrating by it, and you can't even control your emotion, and you just saying things that is mean to hurt the other person. And when you see that, that's mean this person is not fully healed, you know. And talking about you are not empathetic, I don't think being empathetic means to not speaking the truth, because they have what they call self tough love and also soft love. You can't always be that person who just wanna sugarcoat things. You have to tell the truth, you know. And that's one thing I believe us as black people in the United States, we are not ready to work on it. And because we don't want to hear the truth, a lot of us, and the truth hurt. And even if it's the other person who told us, we really on fire. But when his whole brother and sister were fighting against, we got really upset. So we just want to live the way that we want to live. That's why we had support system. That's why we learn from each other. And that's why I use God in everything, because I really think God is the only one that is perfect in this world. And God is the only one that can give us wisdom, not institutional. Because you can find someone who sounds very educated institutionally, even they don't have the wisdom they need to be a leader. And leadership, this is something that come naturally. You control your emotion, you control things you don't want to say. You are able to say I'm sorry. You don't just come in and like how your emotion can just destroy a good thing that you're doing, right? And you're open-minded to learn from other and contribute to the point of view and bring something stronger, you know, because there's power in you in being together in community work. But you know what? I just feel like giving up on my. I say, God, show me the people that I have to work with. Show me the people that I have to work with, because it sounds like even the people that you thought that you can work with, people you feel like you can learn from, they could be your mentor, but they can be against you. They will turn against you and they can't accept the truth. So that's why I want to speak about prayer, and also really focus on God in everything that you want to do. Because one thing that I want to say, God is the one who's going to give you the right connection. Don't think social media are going to give you the right connection. Like this one that happened, it's like he will push you in the trouble, and after you like, ooh, you don't know where to go. So that, but if you pray, you do the right thing, you spend time with yourself and God, I do believe it. Since I've been spending time with myself, I don't fall into this nonsense. But when I went on social media, look, because you don't need to manipulate the situation, you don't need to find friends by yourself. It will send the right person into your world. It will send the right connection into your world. And I wanted to speak about that. I said, you know what, our community really have a lot of work to do in it, and we really really um, mean to each other. We really really aggressive to each other. We're ready to start a fight with each other. It's like we really not protective towards each other. And talking about our brothers doing that to us, but our sister also, they kind of aggressive when they see that. I don't know what she sees that make her feel like I think I'm better than her. Not at all, because I feel like she's someone who has so much knowledge, and I didn't showing her that the only difference is I have an accent and I didn't go up here, and nothing make me look better than you. And I just feel, wow, that is something that's very, very, if, and it's not the first time that I experienced that when I first moved here. And saying that, oh, if your country was so good, why did you move here? People travel. I'm sorry. People want to experience other stuff. You know, I didn't move in the United States because my country is bad. I have a European passport. I'm Haitian. I claim Haitian. But I know people always say Haiti is bad. I didn't move here because I couldn't eat. I couldn't walk. I couldn't. I moved here to learn English. I moved here. It's so hard because you don't go to another country to live. That doesn't mean the world they don't do that. Majority of the world they move from places to places. They learn. They learning languages. They wanna experience the culture, and that's what makes us different. People who travel, people who live in different country, he makes them open-minded to different culture. They're more open to critics. They're more open to listen. They're more open to speak their mind, because not everything is like in the United States, and not everything is like France. Not everything is like Haiti. So please, brothers and sisters, we need to pray. We need to pray for our community. We really, really, really need to pray. And it's sad to see your own people. I had a black man who hurt me, and I feel sorry for him, because I feel like this man was destroying his own family. And you see your sister who probably been to the same thing as you, and they're trying to better the place, but they still don't understand that we have to be able to accept criticism. We have to come together. That's why politicians, I listen to you, they come to an agreement. You can just be like, you ready to just kick that person out, and you so ready to fight, or ready to say things that not supposed to say. I said, you know what, it is what it is. And let's work on the positive side. um let's fight to better our community and the world, because we need healing. And healing is something that is very, very, very easy to pick on, because somebody who's not fully healed, you can feel it. They are easy to get hurt. They are easy to act on emotion, instead of listening and question, and listen, find out what is the reason this person say that. What about after I sent her a private message and get to know her, but they want to be upset. And after one, we need to work hard to make the world a better place, because look at what's going on right now. And that's why I don't watch the TV talking about white supremacies. I feel like, to be honest with you, one thing that I've learned, when you're dealing with problem, you have to focus on the solution. What can we do to better ourselves? What can we do to protect ourselves, instead of focusing on the one that hurting us, the one that destroy us? And another thing that I realize, as a Christian, I feel like a lot of times, not I feel like, the devil is putting ways between us, like to hurt each other. And I don't want to do it, to be honest with you, because I know black hurt black, white hurt white, Spanish hurt Spanish. So it's not only a color. Of course, racism exists in the Bible, but we cannot just focus on that. We can't just think this is only that. We have deeper and deeper and deeper things that going on between us. And I refuse to focus only on color. I refuse to focus on racism, because now I'm no longer a child that is just walking without discernment. I am someone that when I don't know things, I know I have to put my knees down. I always did it, but now stronger, to pray. And I know I am a flesh, so I always need to ask God to protect me, to give me the wisdom that I will not get in the world, that I don't have, in order for me to do good thing, in order for me to know what is the decision that I have to make, what's the words that I have to use, instead of just thinking of those things. And we need prayer. We need prayer. I hope you enjoyed it. whatever plan you have for us, continue fighting, continue praying. Have a good day.